This paranormal vlog is going to be about how to use a Ouija board. It's not everybody's like cup of paranormal. A lot of people are really skeptical about Ouija boards, and with reason. Like, people think, either, like, it seems like either people think that it's really, really powerful and just abnormally dangerous, or they think that it's just like Candyland, like it doesn't really do anything. But I believe that Ouija boards can work if you use them correctly and seriously, and this vlog is going to be about how to use a Ouija board, and different people will tell you different things, but this is just what I've always been taught and what I've always found works the best. My grandmother used to perform seances, and these steps like date back to when she used to do that. And I made a post about it on my blog, but I know that some of you don't follow me on my blog, and some of you don't have Tumblr, some of you just didn't even know that I had a blog. So I figured that I'd make a video for it so that the people who don't follow me or don't have a blog or whatever it may be can learn about it too. Most of my experiences with the Ouija board, it has worked. Or as far as I could tell, it worked, and, I took all the right steps. And look at my wrist, by the way. I just got my cast off from my wrist surgery, and it's gross. But anyway, sorry, I got distracted. So, again, different people will tell you different things, but this is just what I've always been taught and what I've found always works. I'm going to call something the pamphlet, and the pamphlet is the little kind of triangular shaped thing, but with rounded edges that you use to, there's like a little window on it that you use to, that's used to slide across the board. A lot of people don't know that it's called a pamphlet, so I was just letting you know. Okay. So the first step would be to make sure you turn off as many electronics as possible. Don't film it. I know that people want to be able to prove to their friends, like, I communicated with their dad. But it's not a good idea, because electronics, they are believed to confuse spirits, and it really just, like, overall makes it more difficult to communicate with one. There's interference. Like, if you've ever heard of electromagnetic fields, that's what ghosts are believed to be, electromagnetic fields, but there's also, like, just magnetic fields, and, like, electricity just really interferes. So you just have to try to make sure you have all the lights turned off. Don't be scared, like, that the lights are turned off. It's no big deal. I mean, you'll probably be nervous at first, but once you start going, you'll realize that it's really not, that terrifying. You should always clear your head, and I mean, don't think about anything, just because, that way you can ensure that your experience is real. A lot of times people will use the Ouija board and they'll be thinking about stuff, and without realizing it, they'll start moving the pamphlet themselves and spelling out what they're thinking. It's like when you're writing something and somebody says a word and then you accidentally type that word. It's kind of like that. So you just want your head to be completely clear. I know that it's really hard to not think about anything, but if you think too much, I mean, you most likely won't have an experience, and it's going to confuse spirits, and it's just not a good idea. You have to be really open to the experience of using a Ouija board. If you're sitting there and you're being really skeptical, like, is this gonna work? I don't know if I should trust it, and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's probably not gonna happen. You can't be nervous about it. You can't be doubtful. You have to fully believe that the experience can happen for it to happen. It's kind of like how some people have paranormal experiences and some people don't. I believe that the paranormal totally exists, but some people don't have experiences because they don't believe, and they kind of shut it out and they have their doubts, so they don't have the experiences. And it's the same thing with the Ouija board. Don't doubt it if you want to have an experience, and just try to be aware of the energy around you. Really believe that it's possible. And take it seriously. This is something that I cannot stress enough, because I know that it's like a popular sleepover game type thing, but it's not really a game. And if you're laughing and giggling and making fun of it and asking stupid questions, chances are either nothing's going to happen or you're going to piss somebody off. So it's really best not to joke around about it. Just take it seriously if you really want to have an experience. And don't do it alone, and not because a demon is going to attack you or try to kill you or anything like that. Don't do it alone, because you're more likely to move it yourself and not realize it, and you're more likely to think about it too much because you don't have other people there as kind of a reassurance. And also don't do it with too many people. 2 is a good number, because with too many people it'll be harder to tell if somebody else is moving it. And whoever is participating should breathe on the window, the little window on the pamphlet. It makes it easier for spirits to pick up your energy and come into contact with you. And, okay, so when you start, you have to place your fingers on the pamphlet very gently, like barely there, like you want to touch it, but you don't want to be pushing down on it, because the energy, the spirits need to be able to move it. You need to be able to tell when it's moving and it's not you. And if it is moving, you should be able to feel, it'll feel like a magnetic pull, like you have absolutely no control over where it's going. You just feel like it's pulling the pamphlet, and, you know, you're not doing it. When also, like, to invite the spirits to come talk to you, try to be as calm as possible about it. I know that it's kind of scary to some people, but just try to calmly say, we welcome any spirits who would like to speak to us at this time to speak to us. We don't mean you any harm. We just want to know if there's somebody here, and if you'd like to talk to us, we're here to listen, or in this case, see. And just say something along the lines of that. And again, like, if it doesn't work the first time, try again. Don't try nonstop. Like, if it doesn't happen on, like, the 3rd time, I would say it's probably not going to. So, also, always be sure to say goodbye. It's strongly believed that if they don't say goodbye, they remain wherever you were using the Ouija board, or if they were already there, their activity becomes more obvious, they become much more active, and there's a lot more hauntedness going on and them doing stuff. So you should always say goodbye, and you don't have to be like, I have to go because my mom's calling me to do the laundry, or anything like that. You can just be like, goodbye, like, out of nowhere, goodbye, and most, like more likely than not, they'll say goodbye. If not, they just have more to say, and they eventually will say goodbye. For the most part. Sometimes they don't, and I've had my experiences with that. So when putting the Ouija board back, when you're all done talking, place the Ouija board face down, like with all the letters and everything. Make sure that side is down, and the pamphlet you should place upside down on top of it. Because my family has always been very superstitious about, you know, if you leave the Ouija board out and you put the pamphlet on top of it, just how it normally is, you're welcoming spirits when you're not even there using it. So, yeah, just be careful of that. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but better safe than sorry. And last but not least, don't ask stupid questions. Like, try not to ask any questions about your personal life. The most personal thing that I would advise asking is, like, do you have any warnings to give me? Not like, does Bobby have a crush on me? Just be like, because sometimes they come into contact with you because they do have warnings for you. So that's all I could really advise asking them. Otherwise, they'll tell you what they need to tell you. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.